EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now remember, these two teams met in Glendale earlier in the season with the Cards coming out on top. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing Jones. And this will be incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Jones. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side. Let him work his way across. Put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll find Sermon out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 28.
Oh, that's a big let off there on 3rd down, because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll try the left side with Etienne. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Cardinals' 22-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. He'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And they'll run with Etienne. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Murray a give to Edmonds on the option. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Well, these two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visiting Cardinals who came away with the victory. So now they've got a chance here to sweep the season series if they can get the victory in Glendale. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Murray off play action. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going for it. It's Murray. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. Brought in by Wheaton. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Escaping the pressure right. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. The catches for him just keep piling up in his career. He's now at 1,024, and that ties Isaac Bruce, the number that he had back in the day.
Yeah, part of the greatest show on turf. And remember, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt combined for nearly 2,000 catches in their careers. He might get to 2,000 himself with the numbers he's posting up there. Keeps himself in great shape. He might go for it.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play. So now 3rd down coming up. Throwing now is Murray. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in.
And a loose football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. This hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire? And they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it. Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Murray again. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jordan Brooks leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. He's going to look deep for more. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll run with ETN and trying to shake free, but ETN cannot. The defense will stop him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Jones keeping it on the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Probably helps your confidence level on those 4th down sneaks to have a quarterback as tall as he is.
Yeah, you're talking about being able to extend at the end and make sure the ball gets to the 1st down marker. But also, he has to be able to drop his hips and get down behind that offensive line in order to move forward. Because if he just runs it straight up and down, you and I both know that they'll snap him backwards. Well done there, well executed.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Tanner Muse showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll get this off to ETN. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Short little throw to Ebron. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Back to the ground with ETN. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. A give, running right, ETN. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
At the 29-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Sermon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. He'll spot Eskridge open left side. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Six yards left on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Jones steps away. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
And they'll run with Sermon. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Trey Sermon with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Jones on first down. That'll be complete to Sermon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So not the greatest of first halves for him, but a little ray of light here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points doesn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A final shot before half from Murray. Flushed out right. Murray has the first down and more. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
At the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Play fake. Murray. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's got room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Play action. Now it's Murray. It's complete to Hopkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the 35 on 2nd down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jordan Brooks able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Here's Murray. He finds his man, complete. That's Hicks. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Murray now to throw. Flush to his right. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Edmonds going to get the handoff here on the option. And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down, right around the 17. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They're going for it with the option right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A quick throw to the left flat, and he's got it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd and 2, Jones. Over the middle, he finds Eskridge. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's 2nd and inches at the 41-yard line.
Let's go. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Another tote for Etienne. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll run for it. Sermon. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Here's Murray. He finds his man, complete. That's Hicks. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff, now Murray. He finds his man, complete. That's Hicks. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards, the pickup there. 3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3. Murray now. This will be caught inside the 10. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Edmonds And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Cardinals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, all of a sudden, we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they'll go again with ETN. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Still fighting. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 74 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Handoff running left is ETN. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 27. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
On 3rd down, here's ETN. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they'll run with ETN. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a second and goal situation. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their... And he will score! Touchdown, Seattle! Travis Etienne with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Seahawks are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Now the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Cardinals 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. First down, Murray. He'll go out to the flat for Edmonds. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. On play action, it's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A huge play there for Arizona. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Now Murray. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Able to get there and pick it. And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. But look at the lead. Look at the deficit. Trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. They give to Sermon out of the gun. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Throwing, Jones. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. The fake punt gets them 10, and that changes things as they've got a first down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd. Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover. So the victory here for Seattle, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Seahawks, they'll wrap up on a high note, but will still finish 3 games below 500 at 7-10. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they lose a tough one here to close out the regular season as they finish at 12-5. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card.